might just be the villain of Doctor Strange 2.
There's updates on the upcoming Predator film.
And a Rick and Morty parody aired on April Fools.
That's riggedy great!
No, Dave, the audience doesn't like it when we quote Rick and Morty. I'm Whitney Van Lanningham.
And I'm Dave Rick.
Oh my god, stop it.
And this is Nerdwire.
Doctor Strange writer C. Robert Cargill all but spelled out Baron Mordo's storyline for the next installment of the franchise.
If you don't remember Baron Mordo, because every single Marvel character has a bizarro name, he's the guy who trained with the Ancient One before Stephen Strange showed up.
Does it ever bother you that Doctor Strange is basically just Gregory House with superpowers? And it's his hands, not his leg. And Doctor Strange doesn't blame Lupus for everything. Actually, Dormammu might be the MCU equivalent to Lupus.
It's never Lupus.
It's never Dormammu.
Okay, but in this case, it's Dormammu. Baron Mordo's comic story arc heavily involves Dormammu.
Fine. Unlike in the comics, Mordo isn't immediately introduced as a villain, but rather as a mentor and fellow student of the Ancient One alongside Stephen Strange. Mordo gets really intense about his strict moral code to follow the laws of nature, while Doctor Strange is more comfortable with contradictions.
And here's where things get fun.
C. Robert Cargill announced in his interview with MovieWeb that, quote, "For those of you who have ever read the comics, you know that Baron Mordo has a very particular arc, and that's something we discussed with Tweedle while working on the first movie. And part of the reason Tweedle wanted to play Mordo was because he had a definitive ending as a character. And I do know that whether we're attached or not, that Marvel plans on working towards that ending and fully realizing Mordo as more than just a cardboard cutout villain, but actually taking him to kind of Loki levels of awesomeness. That's the goal here."
It sounds like the story arc they might be focusing on is the one where, spoilers, Mordo develops cancer that diminishes his powers. He manages to transfer them to Doctor Strange in battle, but ultimately Mordo repented and transferred the cancer back to himself.
Yeah, he did.
But they brought him back to life in the comics. Necromancy is one of Marvel's favorite hobbies.
Gross!
But that being said, I'm excited to see how they update the character even further for the movies to make him more complex.
Maybe Cargill was talking about another story arc. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure he's talking about their on-again, off-again frenemy thing.
Predator is once again making a return to cinemas on September 14th in a new film ominously titled The Predator.
We've been getting major hints that a trailer will be dropping soon. First from the writer last week, and now from director Shane Black tweeting out the quote from the first movie. Shh, he's coming. Which
means we could be getting a trailer anytime. Maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe in a month.
Maybe it went up while we were recording this video, or Scott was in the middle of editing.
Who knows?
This just in, Shane Black tweeted out to expect a teaser mid-April.
Oh.
Stacey Schneider, the chairman and CEO of 20th Century Fox, confirmed in an interview with Variety that the film will be taking place in the suburbs and that a son and father would be the focal point.
The film is meant to be a direct sequel to Predator 2 and was originally intended for an August release, but was pushed back to fall. It's also in the middle of reshoots as apparently test audiences felt it was too humorous.
But will it be any better than Predators, the third Predator movie?
Wait, there's a third Predator movie?
Yeah, and it stars Adrian Brody with his giant nose.
Oh, so you've seen it then?
No.
Whitney, you son of a bitch.
What's the matter? Does Nerdwire have you pushing too many pencils? April Fools, bitches!
Dan and Justin done pranked you again.
Fans were expecting a preview of season 4 on April Fool's Day after Rick and Morty released the Mulan Szechuan sauce episode last year on April 1st. Instead, they got this weird, messed up Australian cartoon animated by YouTuber Michael Cusack.
They're letting YouTubers make Rick and Mortys now? We still have hope for your Paul Blart Universe episode!
Yeah! In this episode, Rick and Morty are in a parallel universe called Bushworld, where it's basically a roided out version of Rick and Morty in Australia.
The weird thing is that the characters in this are hyper-exaggerated versions of the real Rick and Morty. Rick gets super abusive and holds a gun to Morty's head, and even threatened to suck the snake venom out of his grandson's penis.
Why?
Of course, fans are disappointed because nobody on the internet is ever happy with anything, because this was not a real preview of season 4.
Sorry, Amiseeks, you're gonna have to wait till 2019 like everybody else.
My purpose is not finished! Ah! Ah! Would you be excited to see Baron Mordo as the villain in Doctor Strange 2? And what are your feels about the upcoming Predator movie?
Are you a fan of the weird Bushworld Rick and Morty short? Would you let your grandfather suck the snake venom out of your dick? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe to Nerdwire for more.
More what?
More! And follow the Nerdwire Twitter account for retweets of all my dumb shower thoughts.
Do you tweet them while you're in the shower?
No, Dave, that's not how phones work.
Whitney, you son of a bitch!
Wait, hang on.
Whitney, you son of a bitch!
What's the matter? Does Nerdwire have you pushing too many pencils?